Earth and the universe. So our Earth is just a small fragment of the whole universe. It's very, very vast. We haven't yet explored our solar system, and then comes our Milky Way galaxy, and then the whole universe. So now the humans, as they evolve, they have had questions about the origin of the Earth and the origin of humans on the Earth. So here are some of the questions like this. How human beings have had some queries since their origin. So the queries are like this: how was the Earth formed? How were the bodies like sun, star, moon and the planet formed? How many such bodies are there in the universe? How long will they survive? How the life is formed on the surface of the Earth? So there is no common opinion about the origin of the Earth, but the problem is there is no common opinion. There are different hypotheses. There is no certain proof. There is no exact explanation, but there are many hypotheses. So we are going to talk about some of them now. So the first is the planetesimal hypothesis, and this hypothesis or this theory was propounded by the French scientist Georges Buffon in 1749 AD as the first theory. This is the first theory. According to this theory, a large star, when revolving, it came nearby the sun and collided with it. And after that, the broken fragments, they ejected from the sun. Now there is another one, that is the nebular hypothesis. According to this hypothesis, it was put forward by German philosopher Kant in 1755 AD, and later on it was also modified by the scientist named Laplace in 1796 AD. So what is a nebula? Nebula is actually a hot mass of vapors. So it was actually a large vaporous mass at first, and later on it cooled down. So some parts of the cool down part, it start to begin revolving around the larger part, and that is how the nebular hypothesis was formed. And the third one is the tidal hypothesis, and it was propounded by Jeans and Jeffrey in 1917 AD. And according to this theory, a large star reached nearby the sun, and due to the attraction of the large star, a large tide appeared in the sun. Due to the gravitational force, due to the attraction force, there arises a large tide. So, and that tide later on cooled down and it got ejected, and that ejected part become smaller, and they start revolving around the large part. The larger part remains at the sun, and the smaller parts are the planets and satellites, according to the tidal hypothesis. Now there is one more, that is the solar system is formed from Milky Way galaxy. According to this theory, the dust particles in the Milky Way galaxy, they attracted with each other and combined together to form, firstly we can see the sun. Okay, the dust particles, they attracted each other due to the force of gravitation or due to the attraction force, and they combined together to form sun. Later on, different planets and satellites are also formed in the same way. So this is how the solar system is formed from the Milky Way galaxy. So this is another theory here. Now the Earth is the only planet in which life has been possible, or it has been found possible. Earth is the only place where life is thriving. So the causes of origin of living beings in the Earth. What are the causes of origin in the living beings in the Earth? Firstly, it was estimated that the Earth was originated before 4.5 billion years ago. The main causes of the origin of organism in the Earth are as follows. First one is the availability of air. It is possible for organisms to survive here. The second one is availability of water in suitable amount for organisms. So whenever we are looking for life on different planets, actually we are looking for water. If water is present there, then we can say, oh, life is possible in this planet also. But there is not any planet, there is no any planet that we have found in which water is present. And the third one is availability of suitable temperature. The temperature here is suitable for the growth and development of different plants and organisms. So these are the reasons why the organisms are present in Earth and not in the other planets. Okay, so another topic is the change of position of the Earth and the Sun. How the Earth is constantly revolving around the Sun and also rotating around its own axis. It takes 24 hours to rotate about its own axis. It takes 365 days to revolve around the Sun. So an imaginary line passing through the Earth's center, which joins both North Pole and South Pole, is called the axis of the Earth. The following effects are seen in the Earth due to the inclination of axis at 66.5 degrees. So here are some of the changes that can be seen on the Earth. Let's see. The first one is the length of day and night is not equal at all the time and all the places except at equator. So all other places, it is due to the inclination of the earth. The second one, the season keeps changing on earth. The sunlight does not fall straight all the time at a place. It greatly affects our climatic condition also. Our climatic condition is greatly affected by the sunlight. So sunlight does not fall directly at all times. So that is the reason it affects our climatic conditions. The sun does not rise exactly in the east and does not set exactly in the west. That is one of the reasons the sun neither rises nor sets. It's just the earth that is revolving around and the rotating. So that is why we feel like it. The height of the sun at noon differs day by day. The height of the sun from the earth, it differs day by day. That is, these are some of the effects of due to the rotation of the earth, due to the change in positions. Now season change. Let's see how the season changes in earth. The revolution of the earth around the sun, it takes 365 days. So the earth revolves in an elliptical path. Elliptical path, it is not a circular. Elliptical means look like an egg. So sun is in the here. In the elliptical path, you can see the picture also there. In the elliptical path, whenever earth comes here, then the distance between the sun and earth, it becomes very less, and whenever it is here, the distance between sun and earth, it is more. So these are the reasons why the climate is changing, so why the season is changing. The earth revolves in an elliptical path, and sometimes the earth lies near the sun and sometimes it goes farther from the sun during the revolution. The different parts of the earth are heated differently, and that is why there is change in season. So 4 seasons, they appear each other. You can see the June 23, March 21, December 22 and September 23. They are the date in which the season changes. So the change in season is due to the revolution of earth around the sun in its orbit. Now here we are going to talk about phases of the moon. You might have seen the variation in the size of a moon in the sky at night. Sometimes the shape of moon looks like a sphere, sometimes half a sphere, and sometimes other shapes. Why does this happen? Do you know how planets and satellites do not have their own light? They reflect sunlight and become bright. The moon also does not have its own light, and it reflects sunlight to the earth and gets bright. What it does, it absorbs the sunlight and it reflects back. That is why the moon appears bright in the sky. So moon is the brightest thing that appears in our sky.